This is the chilling moment a grinning pedo said, "We're enjoying ourselves," with a young boy on his lap in a sick Thailand holiday video.
We are all enjoying ourselves.
David Marsh, who's 74, has been caged after grooming and sexually abusing 6 boys, aged between 9 and 13.
Right, David, so at the minute you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest.
You're under arrest for 1 count of rape and 4 counts of sexual assault, so you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
His trial was shown a vile clip which Marsh filmed after approaching a group of young boys in Thailand. The predator went on to abuse 6 boys in Rochdale, Bolton and Manchester in the 1980s and 1990s. Marsh and his fellow paedophile Anthony Whitehead, who's 72, have been found guilty of 35 sex offences after brave survivors spoke out. The pair preyed on vulnerable young boys, taking them to other parts of Manchester and plying them with cigarettes, alcohol and money. They discarded the abused boys after leaving them to deal with years of trauma and pain. One victim has spoken of feeling knee-deep in shame and distrusting authority, including the police. Another victim said, "I was literally a broken man." Painstaking detectives took 5 years to snare Marsh, with the Thailand video shown in court by the prosecution. A police spokesperson said the video was evidence of Marsh's sinister attraction to children. They added, "We believe there may be others affected by this case out there, and when they are ready, we will listen." Marsh has been sentenced to 27 years in prison at Manchester Minchell Street Crown Court. Whitehead has also been jailed for 7 years after a jury unanimously found the 2 men guilty. Both men, who are not known to each other, must serve at least 2/3 of their sentences before any prospect of release. Anna Pope, who was prosecuting, said, "Each of the defendants played his part in the sexual abuse of troubled and vulnerable young teenagers from Rochdale. These children were from deprived backgrounds at home and the wider care system. Their particular troubled circumstances caused them to be vulnerable. The defendants preyed on these young men and deliberately exploited them to satisfy themselves." Judge Matthew Corbett-Jones told Marsh they were all vulnerable young boys. They had troubled, unhappy lives and they were struggling to navigate. You exploited that by seizing the opportunity to use them in order to satisfy your own deviant sexual appetites for young boys. The judge added, "You did so with an air of arrogance and entitlement, no doubt knowing they would be grateful for the money, trips and other treats you paid for their silence." Detective Constable Andrea Richards said, "I want to commend the male survivors. They have played a crucial role in bringing these abhorrent abusers to long-awaited justice. It was incredibly brave of them to speak about their abuse in what was a difficult and painful process for them to have to go through. These depraved men are exactly where they should be, in jail, away from causing our communities and those within it any further harm. It was incredibly brave of them to speak about their abuse in what was a difficult and painful process for them to have gone through. These depraved men are exactly where they should be, in jail, away from causing our communities and those within it any further harm. There may be others affected by Marsh and Whitehead's separate campaigns of offending. We would like to let all survivors of sexual abuse know that we are here to listen to them and when they are ready, at a pace they feel comfortable with. There are also several agencies that are not the police who we work closely with. They support survivors for those who would feel more comfortable taking this approach. We continue to be on an upward improvement journey in how we tackle CSE, whether it be the abuse of children yesterday or today. We hope that this conviction and our continuously improving outcomes for victims give survivors confidence that we will ensure time is no barrier to justice.